key games, particularly against the rest of the so-called Big Six. So it does promise to be a tough game for both sides, really, though you would expect plenty of attacking intent throughout, particularly given that Son is back in the lineup for Spurs. He and Harry Kane can link up with their devastating partnership, and you just look at the array of talent in the Manchester United side and think that goals shouldn't be too hard to come by for them. So fascinating game in prospect. Of course, Jose Mourinho facing up against the club where he spent 2.5 years as manager, as Tottenham look to come forward early on in the attack. Lucas has a shot, it comes off Luke Shaw, and that's going to go behind for a corner kick. So early intent is there for Manchester United, for Tottenham I should say, to get the opening goal and really try and give themselves the best platform to go on and win this game. I'll take you through the two lineups in a moment, just as this corner is being taken. The referee is Chris Kavanagh. He's just marshalling the edge of the 6-yard box, making sure that everyone is okay and there's no pushing and shoving in there. I think he was just having a word with Harry Maguire, who looked as though he was on his haunches, but I think he's going to be absolutely fine to continue. Early chance now as 6-yard box absolutely packed. Corner is to be swung in. It's headed away by Wan-Bissaka, only as far as the edge of the box, and it's lashed over by Son, and the chance comes to an end. Tottenham lineup as follows. They're going from right to left in this first half in their white shirts and navy shorts. They've got Hugo Lloris in goal, a back four of Serge Aurier, Joe Rodon, Eric Dyer and Sergio Reguilon. Tanguy Ndombele and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg are in midfield. Giovanni Lo Celso, Lucas Moura and Son Heung-min in behind Harry Kane up front. Manchester United have got Dean Henderson in goal, playing in their traditional red shirts and white shorts. They're going from left to right in this first half. Henderson is in goal, a back four of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw. Scott McTominay and Fred are holding in midfield with Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba and Marcus Rashford in behind the lone frontman Edinson Cavani. Just over 3 minutes on the clock. Tottenham 0, Manchester United 0. The third of 4 Premier League games today on this service. We saw Newcastle come from behind to defeat Burnley at Turf Moor in the lunchtime game, and West Ham took another 3-0 advantage. They did their best, as they have done in recent weeks, to give that away, but they managed to squeeze past Leicester 3-2. Leicester dropping 3 players from the squad, James Maddison, Hamza Chowdhury and Jose Perez, for a breach of COVID-19 restrictions, and suddenly the battle for a top 4 place looks really wide open now that Leicester have entered a poor run of form. That's good news for both of these sides. For Manchester United to solidify their place in the top 4, and for Tottenham it just brings another place up for grabs, really. They're currently 7th, 6 points off West Ham in 4th place, as Reguilon makes an attacking run down this near side. He's just about brushed off though by Rashford, and Wan-Bissaka will play it back into midfield for Fred. Fred rolls it out now to the in-form Luke Shaw, who broke his way back into
goal. 7 games without one. Edinson Cavani played just the last quarter of the European game, which turned out to be a bit
into the Euros, particularly if Ben Chilwell continues to play as I won't say sporadically, but he's not exactly an automatic pick in the Chelsea lineup. Luke Shaw is in this Manchester United side, keeping summer signing Alex Telles on the bench. He's now with Rashford on this near side. Rashford looks to put the early cross into the box, and it just floats in the air well away from Edinson Cavani, and Hugo Lloris can just confidently watch it sail past him and out of play for a goal kick. Tottenham have won each of their last 5 games at home in all competitions, scoring twice in each victory. But of course, Manchester United coming to this game on the back of what has been a really good season, all things considered. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer often derided for only being at the club because he's a club legend. Some people feeling that a club like Manchester United could try and poach more of a world-class renowned coach rather than Solskjaer, but he's done a good job given the circumstances. Lost just 1 game of their last 24 in the league. That was against the bottom side Sheffield United, but it's still a very good record as Dean Henderson comes out of his goal to clear the ball. Big few months for him, Henderson. Chance for him to really make the #1 jersey his own at Old Trafford. David De Gea is having to make do with a place on the bench. For the Premier League games at least, he played against Granada in the Europa League. Solskjaer probably just wanting to keep him happy more than anything, but Henderson has remained patient. He spent the last 2 years out on loan playing his trade, and then Shrewsbury Town before that, so he's had to earn his way into the Manchester United side, and if he can perform well from now until the end of the season at the end of May, there's every chance that he'll start next season as the undisputed #1 at Old Trafford. As Pogba retrieves the ball now over on the far side, he looks to chip a ball into the box, but it's headed away by Dyer. And now Spurs can try and come forward. Kane lays the ball off to Ndombele, and then Kane gets it back. He turns just inside the centre circle and runs forward. He's then brought down. Chris Kavanagh signalling for a free kick. Harry Kane needs one more goal to reach 20 in a Premier League season for the 5th time. Although there have been noises in the press this week that Kane is getting a bit restless at Tottenham with the fact that they're not really competing for trophies. They've got the Carabao Cup final to look forward to, of course, in April, but I'm sure a player of Kane's stature will be thinking more about Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues rather than domestic cup competitions, although one of them will be welcome. Rumours in the press that if Tottenham don't finish in the top 4 at the end of the season, that Kane will request a transfer, and that probably will spark a real bidding war. It'd be fascinating to see who'd stump up the cash to go and get him. There'll be takers in the Premier League, obviously, but to make bottom dollar that there'll be interest from abroad as well. The likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona would probably try and be in the market for a forward. Erling Haaland, his future is up for debate as well, so some real big hitters could be on the move in the summer months. Kane being one of them.
Pogba sucht Fernandes, bleibt an Dyer hängen.
Manchester United in the Tottenham half now. Rashford trying to come forward.
Kane muss viel mit dem Rücken zum Tor verarbeiten. Fred mit dem Foul.
Aber stark, wie tief er sich die Bälle holt, die Bälle dann auch nicht verliert, sichert, sich auftritt und immer mehr auch als Spielgestalter, als Zehner. Das ist ja wirklich, wenn er eine Entwicklung gemacht hat, dann in Sachen Assists, dass er nicht nur vorne trifft, für das er ja...
Tore war da auch gar kein Raum mehr nach.
Nee, aber in Sachen Assists ist es unglaublich, was der Junge macht.
Ja.
Højbjerg in midfield. Rolls it back to Dyer. Dyer across to Serge Aurier now. Aurier finds a nice ball in field, looking for Lo Celso. Lucas Moura's out wide. Moura crosses. And that's good defending. Lindelof getting to the near post. I think he wanted a shout from Henderson, but Lindelof couldn't take any chances. And he heads the ball behind for a corner kick. Nice pick out from Aurier to Lo Celso. He played it across for Lucas Moura, who wasn't really tracked. Pretty slack marking from the visitors. But Lindelof got there first, and he was able to head the ball behind. Tottenham 0, Manchester United 0. 9 minutes gone, but Tottenham have a corner on the far flank. And it's a really poor one as well. Very easy for Manchester United to clear, but McTominay was the man who got there first. Roll back towards the goalkeeper Lloris, who just comes outside of his own box. Here is Reguilon now for Højbjerg. Now Joe Rodon, who's winning a few games at centre-back for Tottenham now. They've not got the Liverpool extremity of centre-back partnerships, but they've had their fair few this season. Tottenham, they've got the likes of Alderweireld and Sanchez and Japhet Tanganga in and around their squad as well, but today they've gone with Rodon and Dyer, a Welshman and an Englishman. 10 minutes on the clock. Tottenham with another free kick on the halfway line, but they roll it backwards. Here is Dyer now. He's got some work to do to try and force his way into Gareth Southgate's squad for the Euros. He's regarded as a valuable utility man, but not getting too many games as Manchester United play it forward, but Lloris will grab it safely. Early stages at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where it's still Tottenham Hotspur 0, Manchester United 0. Tottenham have probably been the better of the two sides so far. No huge chances have been created. Lucas Moura did have one effort in the box, but it came off Luke Shaw and went behind for a corner. Tottenham just trying to control things, trying to get that all-important result against one of their Big Six rivals. They've not had a good record against the top clubs this season, and they'll want to try and put that one right. It's Tottenham 0, Manchester United 0. Here is Son. Rolls the ball back to Dyer now. Dyer forward to Lucas Moura. That's a smart turn in midfield. Here is Son. Back with Højbjerg. Wide for Reguilon, who's been a very good purchase for Tottenham this season. Been more of a regular than Ben Davies in that position. Another Welshman on the Spurs books. Manchester United can come forward now. Here is Fernandes in midfield. Fernandes rolls it across for Luke Shaw. Shaw plays it down the channel, and it's the first real opportunity Manchester United have had to stretch the Tottenham defence, but it's probably not the man you want in that position in Fred, and he slipped as he tries to play it back in field. Aurier was able to get there ahead of him, and Fred fell by his own volition, really. It wasn't a foul. Here's Kane. Kane misplaces the pass. Pogba gets there first, but again, Manchester United can't take it in their stride. It will feel sweet for Jose Mourinho to get the double over Manchester United for Tottenham this season. They've not actually managed that since way back in the 1989-1990 season. They only just won 6 of their 28 Premier League home games against Manchester United, but 3 of those have come in the past 5 seasons, owing to the fact that Tottenham are now regarded as one of the top clubs in the top flight. For most of the first 20 years or so of the Premier League, they were always a mid-table club at best. Inside have got a free kick now, which is taken long by Dyer. Aiming for the run of Son, who's got that trademark of coming in from the left into the middle and ghosting into space. Free kick again for Tottenham. Bruno Fernandes just giving it away. Here's Lucas Moura down the line looking for Aurier, but Shaw's going to get there first, and it's nice composed play from the left back. Plays it off Aurier, and it will go for a throw into Manchester United. One thing that Luke Shaw certainly has done this season is avoid the treatment table. That's been his real problem throughout his career, but particularly since he suffered that horrific leg break playing for Manchester United. Way back in 2015 now. It's a long time ago since it happened, but it's only now this season where he's really put together a strong, sustained run of form. And that's what Gareth Southgate likes, and that's why he's back in the fold for England ahead of the European Championships. As McTominay picks the ball up inside his own half, he goes across to Fred, who rolls it back to Lindelof. Now here comes Maguire. Maguire just ambling into the Spurs half, plays it across to Shaw. Shaw looking to link up with Pogba. That's a crucial sliding challenge by Lo Celso, but it's a well-timed one as well. It's now Ndombele who's going to try and take it forward. Avenue is blocked off for him. He rolls it back to Højbjerg instead, but combative play from Tottenham in midfield. Excellent interception by Lo Celso as he slid in and just hooked the ball away from Pogba and ensured that Tottenham got the ball back. It's given away though in midfield by Højbjerg. Wan-Bissaka now. Referee blows his whistle. It was a free kick that he wanted to give, or the ball may have gone out of play. 15.5 minutes gone. Tottenham 0, Manchester United 0 is the scoreline. Lindelof rolls it back to Henderson now. Forward to Harry Maguire. Tottenham with 60% of the ball thus far. No real surprises seeing that statistic. They have looked more likely to try and create an opening, but Manchester United are coming forward again. Fernandes stands it up now towards Rashford. It's going to drop for Cavani on the edge of the box. It comes back to Rashford, who shoots, and it goes wide of the near post. It may have taken a nick off Eric Dyer on the way through. It's good play that. Fernandes chipping the ball up towards Pogba, who won the header. Smart play by Cavani. He could have gone for the shot, but instead it was a delicate little touch onto the run of Marcus Rashford. Unfortunately, couldn't apply the finish. It was Dyer that slid in, and he did get the block away, but that's the best football we've seen from Manchester United so far this game. It's going to be Shaw to take the corner on this near side. An in-swinging delivery, handed away by Rodon. The referee has blown his whistle to signal a Tottenham free kick. Lost each of their last 5 league games against the so-called Big Six of Tottenham. They were heavily criticised for the way that they lost against Arsenal. They went 1-0 up thanks to that quite outrageous Eric Lamela Rabona goal. First time he scored one with that technique, but they just sat back and meek in attack and invited Arsenal onto them. There's going to be a yellow card shown here. First one of the contest. It's McTominay who's picked it up. Didn't look to be the worst challenge I've ever seen. I've got to say, I thought he won the ball there. Looking at the replay and the challenge on Tanguy and Ndombele, it wasn't the best angle to look at, but it seemed a little bit harsh, and it sets a precedent now. 18 minutes gone, the first booking has been awarded, and usually referees are dictated to by the time of their first booking. Maybe he was tempted to give it by the fact that Ndombele looks as though he may have hurt himself. He's limping away from the challenge. Free kick's taken short. It's played now to Ndombele. Didn't look to be limping then, I've got to say. He goes across now for Aurier. Aurier stands the ball into the box, headed away by Cavani. Playing in the Premier League in the latter years of his glittering career, Edinson Cavani. Such a wonderful stint at PSG. Manchester United decided to pick him up for a free transfer. His experience giving them something up front, and he'll be expected to play a lot between now and the end of the season because Solskjaer has confirmed that Anthony Martial is likely to miss the remainder of the campaign through injury, so United are quite short on numbers to play up top. Rashford tends to play more out on the left. They've got Mason Greenwood as well, but it's Cavani who's been given the nod today as Son looks to try and cross it into the box from the left-hand side, but McTominay gets in the way and it's going to go out of play for a corner kick. 19 minutes gone, Tottenham 0, Manchester United 0. Don't forget there's the fourth and final game to come on this service at 7 o'clock this evening. Sheffield United taking on Tottenham's North London rivals Arsenal. So a big game for Arsenal, more so than Sheffield United, who look doomed to relegation. Corner is swung in on the near side. Again, it's not a great delivery. The standard of corners has been pretty poor in the game so far. Pogba runs forward with it, but he's well challenged. It goes out of play for a throw-in. McTominay just wants too long on the ball, and Ndombele takes it off him. Kane now slides it through into the box. Here is Lo Celso. Just trying to scuttle and find a player to pass it to. In the end, Spurs forced to go backwards. It was a good retreat from Manchester United. 20 on the clock. That's really cheaply given away by Reguilon, and now Manchester United with a chance to get forward, but Cavani doesn't spot the run of Rashford out wide and instead just rolls it back to Lindelof. All the way back now to Dean Henderson. Not been the most enthralling contest so far. Both sides just feeling each other out. Here is Lindelof. Lindelof chips it forward, looking for Rashford, but Marcus Rashford may be quick. He's not that quick. And Lloris can come out and just smother it. 21 minutes gone. 0-0 is the scoreline if you're just joining us. There were 7 goals at Old Trafford earlier this season, and 6 of them went to Tottenham. And bizarrely enough, that wasn't even the most outstanding result of the day. That was the same day that Aston Villa defeated Liverpool 7-2. Beginning of the season, there were just so many goals flying around the Premier League. Here is Højbjerg now for Son. Højbjerg just inside Manchester United half. He plays it centrally now to Ndombele. Ndombele has got Aurier in lots of space out wide, and he picks him out. Aurier plays it down the channel. Moura bent his run. Moura crosses just over Son's head, and Henderson will come out and claim it and roll it out straight away to Bruno Fernandes, who's not been able to get in the game too much so far. Fernandes chips it forward. It's intercepted well by Aurier. I almost thought he was collapsing to the ground and may have handled it. I don't think the referee felt the same. 0, Manchester United 0 is the scoreline. Reguilon gives another ball away, but Manchester United can't capitalise once again. It's played long down the field. Henderson comes out and clears it. And no frills clearance from the Manchester United academy man, Cumbrian-born goalkeeper. He was living the dream, playing the Manchester United goalkeeping role. The away side trying to build something down that right-hand flank, but Reguilon will shepherd the ball away. Bissaka can't get on the end of it. Tottenham 0, Manchester United 0 is the scoreline midway through the first half. It's been a game of relatively few chances so far. Well, Manchester United did have one around 5 minutes ago. Some really nice football being played. It was a long diagonal pass by Bruno Fernandes to Paul Pogba, who made his way into the box. He chested it down for Edinson Cavani. You thought he may have been tempted to shoot, but instead it was a clever little layoff to Marcus Rashford to his right-hand side. Rashford did have the shot, but it was blocked by Eric Dyer behind for a corner kick. Scott McTominay has picked up a booking for a challenge on Tanguy and Ndombele. It looked a little bit harsh at first glance, but McTominay's in the book. It's Tottenham Hotspur 0, Manchester United 0. Chance for Tottenham to advance down the far side, but they've been stopped by Harry Maguire. Another Manchester United player who's definitely improved this season. There was a sense that the price tag was weighing heavily on his shoulders last season. £80 million he cost from Leicester City, £5 million more than Virgil van Dijk as a direct comparison, which people will always make in football. This season he seems to have been playing with a little bit more freedom, not as much pressure on his shoulders. Though it's safe to say that United will probably be looking for another option at centre-back during the summer months. And lots of players being linked with moves. Upamecano was one of them, but he's going to be joining Bayern Munich in the summer. Reece clears. Strong defending by Maguire to head away from Kane. Ndombele, such a lovely player to watch in midfield is Tanguy Ndombele. The way he can just shift the ball in one direction, use his body to great effect. He was not exactly a favourite of Mourinho when he first took over the Tottenham job, but he's done what not many players have been able to do, and he's made Mourinho change his mind on him. He's now a guaranteed starter pretty much for Tottenham in most cases, and all credit has to go to the Frenchman. He and Højbjerg have formed a decent partnership in the central midfield for Tottenham. going back to the Harry Kane situation. If they were to lose him in the summer, then they've got some huge reinvesting to do. A bit like when Gareth Bale was sold. Lots of players came in to try and replace the goals of one player, and by and large, they didn't work out. That was under Andre Villas-Boas, of course, a former protege of Jose Mourinho. Here is Son now on this near side, being chased by Wan-Bissaka, and Ndombele back with Son. Neither side can really get into that attacking flow at the minute to really get shots away and try and play passes in between the lines. Just 2 attempts at goal for Tottenham, 1 for Manchester United, and none of them have been on target. That's a neat summation of where we are in the game. Here is Dyer coming forward now into Kane, who of course will always be willing to drop deep because he's got the ability to play almost a number 10 role. Now with Lucas Moura running down the right hand side. Moura tries to play an early ball in, a low one towards Kane. Moura, as the ball comes back to him, he fouls his man, and again Tottenham will be frustrated in their pursuit of an opening goal. Manchester United are a tough nut to crack when they're on the travels. They're on a club record run of 22 away league games unbeaten. And when you think about how long Sir Alex Ferguson was at the helm and all the things that they achieved with him in charge, it's a very good record to have. Cavani lays it off now to Bruno Fernandes. It's with Fred in midfield. Fred plays it out wide to Shaw. Pogba's playing mainly on the left-hand side with Rashford on the right, Bruno Fernandes in the middle, but they will be able to interchange throughout the game. In fact, just as I'm looking now, it looks as though Fernandes and Pogba have just switched. So Fernandes will play on the left and Pogba through the middle now. Wan-Bissaka for Rashford. Back with Wan-Bissaka. Now McTominay just allows the ball to roll across his body and he side foots it towards Harry Maguire. Fernandes hooking that far touchline. Back into the middle now for Fred. Fernandes round the corner looking for Luke Shaw. That's there ahead of Højbjerg. It will go out of play for a Manchester United throw-in. Shaw takes, it can't be gathered by Pogba, but it comes back to Shaw and he puts the cross in. It's headed away by Dyer. Maguire gets there ahead of Kane and then plays it back to Victor Lindelof. Strong period this for Manchester United, just forcing Tottenham back into their own half. This is the fixture last season. It was, I think, the first fixture that Manchester United and Tottenham played after the suspension of the season, where David De Gea and Harry Maguire were culpable for the goals that Tottenham scored, and Roy Keane went on that pretty emotional rant in the Sky Sports studio. United are a much more solid and accomplished side at the back now. Fred plays it across looking for Shaw, but he doesn't find him, and it's going to go out for a Tottenham throw. Aurier takes, it's hooked back over by Lo Celso, who's then upended by Shaw. He's not happy with the decision made by Chris Kavanagh. Just the one booking showed so far, nearly half an hour into the game. That was for Scott McTominay for a challenge on Tanguy and Ndombele. In terms of chances, my notes are looking pretty sparse at the minute. As Tottenham and Manchester United currently playing out a goalless draw in front of the empty Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, although there is light at the end of the tunnel whereby fans attending are concerned. Here is Rashford now, into Cavani. Cavani comes over the halfway line. It's a great sliding challenge by Ndombele to win it back off him. Højbjerg now. Son touches it inside. Balls backwards now to Joe Rodon, who was playing for Swansea in the Championship last season. A deadline day acquisition by Mourinho, wanting to freshen up his central defensive ranks with a younger player. Manchester United win it back now. It's played over with Pogba on the far side. He's got Cavani through the middle. Pogba pokes it into the path of Fred. Now Fernandes. Shaw on the overlap again, but Manchester United players not really making that much movement going forward. And that's evidenced by Fernandes' cross from deep, which reached absolutely no one apart from the goalkeeper, who bowls it out to Reguilon. Højbjerg tries to sweep it forward quickly, but McTominay gets there first ahead of Son. He plays it forward. It comes to Rashford now. Rashford looking to run at Reguilon. Celso comes back, helps out his colleague and wins the ball off him, and Rashford's gone down. Here's Kane now. Kane's attempt at a long pass to Lucas Moura is intercepted by Shaw. Comes to Maguire and play it back to Shaw. He plays it out into touch because Rashford still looks to be down on the deck from that challenge. He's running at Rodon. Celso got back as well. Looking at the replay, it does look as though Lo Celso did kick the back of Maguire, not Maguire, should I say, Rashford's ankle. Looks to be a clear foul. Wasn't in the box, so it's not something VAR I think will look at. Just outside, but Manchester United should have had a free kick there. Rashford back up on his feet now, but it's going to be okay to continue.
You would not have to fall to the ground. Do you know what I mean?
The one Pogba gave Aurier earlier, that was worse. That was much worse than that one.
I think he saw the paint on the grass. He thought, "Ooh, this is the penalty area. I'm going down here." And Chris Cavani, which, to be fair, and he's been very consistent.
Yes, he has.
Any number of challenges, he said, "Come on, get on with it and play on." Chris Cavani, by the way, has been a lenient referee all season. He has yet to show a red card in the Premier League this campaign. McTominay has the ball. No goals between Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United. And this was always going to happen, Clinton. After the 6-1 in October, it was never going to live up to those standards in terms of the number of goals today. Still a long way to go, of course. That's a good ball. Harry Maguire picks out Luke Shaw down the left-hand side. Aurier to sprint to get back goal side of it. Pogba's back out playing on the left. He gives it to Cavani. Lays it back to Fred, midway inside the Tottenham half. Sees that Wan-Bissaka has room on the right-hand side, so sprays an accurate pass out to him. Wan-Bissaka creeping in and then rolls it back to McTominay, plays a 1-2 with Rashford. Now Son goes to exact same thing as Rashford. He felt a little glance to his face and down he goes. Here's Pogba. Cavani! Manchester United score! Now Tottenham are going to complain because Pogba was down and because Son was down, but Manchester United played on as they've every right to do. Pogba rolled it into the penalty area. Cavani scored. Tottenham are hoping that VAR are going to bring this back and say that the goal shouldn't stand because Son was injured in the build-up. But I don't know. For the moment, Manchester United celebrate. 12 minutes to half-time, and the big scoreboard reads Tottenham 0, Manchester United 1.
No way. I've said the Pogba one was worse. He's just tried to flick him off to get off him. He has caught him in his face a little bit. There is a little flick, and he has caught him, but I don't think VAR are going to look at that. They have to carry on. The ball from Pogba's first class. The run from Cavani, he runs off Eric Dyer off the back of him. Rodon should really be talking to Eric Dyer. It's great movement from Cavani and a good finish, but I can't see VAR overturning it, to be fair.
Tottenham, I think they switched off there. I think Jose Mourinho will be furious because Son was down. Some of the players were appealing, hang on, put the ball out, delay play, etc, etc. Manchester United didn't switch off. And for Edison Cavani, it's his 7th goal for the club. 8th, I should say, 7th in the Premier League. He got one in the League Cup as well. And Edison Cavani has Manchester United in front here, unless VAR are going to come up with a different interpretation of offence. Look,
he has flicked him.
There is no doubt there is a touch of his fingers.
With 2 or 3 things today. So if he's not give it, then he's not going to be consistent. He's not going to give this. There's definitely a flick from McTominay. He definitely does catch Son in the face without a shadow of doubt. But I think there's been a lot of incidents like that in this game so far, and he hasn't changed his mind, the ref. So I can't see VAR overruling.
I can see one of the VAR monitors here, and they're looking again at the offside part of it. So the fact they've moved on to that's like Okay, is there any other reason we don't give the goal? That would suggest to me they are going to give it. Let's see.
Oh, he's going to the
Chris Kavanagh's been asked to come across to look at himself. Now, this is why... Okay.
But then he's going to change it then, Connor. If he goes there 100%,
here's what it is. It's subjective. What they've said is, as we've said in commentary, there has been a hand to the face.
Yeah, there is a hand
to
to
the
the
face. So the question is it a light graze? Is it a gentle touch? Is it a punch? You know, at what scale of 0 to 10 of force is it?
He does slap him. So if that is classed as a foul, then be consistent. But I understand that can be a foul though, Connor, but be consistent. That's what we want to see.
I like that they've asked the referee to come over here, because what they're saying is, okay, mathematically, yes, he's touched him in the face, but do you think it's serious enough to not allow a goal?
It.
Let's see what Chris Kavanagh's going to say.
He's given a foul.
I'm surprised at that.
No, I knew, Connor, once Chris Kavanagh goes over to the monitor, he's definitely, and if he has to book McTominay, so he has to give him a second yellow because he's done a foul with the elbow. He's already been booked. So then, in theory, he should be sending McTominay
off. Is he going to go?
He should be sending him off then. If he's flicked him like that, that's a yellow card. If he thinks he gives him a straight elbow,
is he walking over to McTominay here?
He has to send him off then and give him a second. No, he's not doing it because you know why? He's made them, because he's changed the VAR. It's too easy and too controversial to then give him a second yellow, Connor.
Wow. Adding to the drama there was that he probably didn't mean it, but Kavanagh went walking. He walked directly over to McTominay. McTominay must have thought, jeepers, I'm going to be sent off here. It's still 0-0. I don't know. I just, you can talk about VAR or whatever you want to talk about, but Clinton, the game is gone. If McTominay there, the movement, you're a player running, your hands are going to dangle here and there. If that is deemed to be that he fouled Son there, the game's gone. I don't know.
No, Connor, I don't mind if you're going to give the foul, if you're going to give it, but be consistent, because I've seen 2 or 3 already in this game and they haven't been consistent enough. It's only because that's led to a goal why they've gone and changed it. If you're going to give them fouls, give them all the time. And then give him a yellow card, because it is a second yellow card, because he's pushed his hand in his face. But you are right, to be a player and move, you have to use your arm to generate leeway to push the player off you.
I mean, and we'd sort of praised Chris Kavanagh. We said, he got it right before. No, play on. And just for the record, people talk about consistency. VAR can only get involved if it is a red card decision or it is a goal. I mean, they don't get involved for every. So it's not like, why didn't they come in on a different one? The reason they did on this one was because there was a goal. Anyway, 0-0 it is. 37 minutes on the clock. Son comes in the attack for Tottenham. They've got away with one here. Son into the penalty area. Lindelof holds him up. Bruno Fernandes attracts back very well also. And Son is forced to retreat, and he goes back through Højbjerg and back to Roden again. So Edinson Cavani denied the goal here. And Manchester United, who thought they might be taking a lead into half-time, still back at 0-0.
Wow, that's enough drama for me for one day, Connor. VAR getting involved again, drama. It was a good goal, though. It was a great ball from Pogba and a good finish from Cavani, but I just want to see consistency. If they think that's the right decision, then fair enough. I want to see more of that, though.
Yeah. Here's a ball played by Eric Dyer. Really good ball to pick out Son on the edge of the Manchester United penalty area. He's got Harry Kane to his left. Wan-Bissaka comes in. Kane is strong. He holds off Wan-Bissaka, and Harry Kane drills it across the 6-yard box, and it squirts out the other side. And had there been anyone on the back post there, Tottenham would have scored. It's really good from Kane there, because we know how strong, how physically strong Aaron Wan-Bissaka is. And in that 50-50 battle, Harry Kane got the better of him. You don't see that often.
No, he done well, Harry Kane. He used his body ever so well. Wan-Bissaka thought he was going to win the ball, and he shifts it, and then he fires it into the box. But there's no other Tottenham player in the middle of the box.
5-5 for the BBC. Tottenham 0, Manchester United 0. Eric Dyer in possession, bang on the halfway line. Gives it to Lucas Moura. 1-2 with Lo Celso. McTominay comes across, gets close to Lucas Moura, and Tottenham retreat back into their own half once again. I mean, it could have been much worse for Manchester United. They'll be licking their wounds. They're not in front, but McTominay could have been sent off, having already received the yellow card. Here's a chance for Spurs. Lucas Moura to Son, and he does score, and Tottenham go down the other end. And after getting away with one when Cavani's goal was disallowed, Son puts Tottenham in front, and so unselfish from Lucas Moura to set him up. He might have taken it on himself. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be absolutely fuming. It's Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0.
It's a brilliant goal, though, Connor. It's a magnificent. Ndombele fires a brilliant ball into Kane, but Kane's touch is first class. He flicks it round the corner to Lucas Moura. I'm thinking to myself, can Lucas Moura, he's in, have a shot. I'm thinking you've made a big mistake, but he cuts it back to Son. And the finish from Son is brilliant. He beats him, Connor, at his near post. He's still got a lot to do there, to be fair. And I thought maybe Lucas Moura was passing the buck, but it's an intelligent ball across and a good finish from Son. 1-0 Tottenham.
That goal, by the way, means that this is now the joint best Premier League goal-scoring season for Son Heung-min in his career. He also got 14 Premier League goals back in the 16-17 season, so he's on target now to go and beat that record, having just drawn level with it. Son Heung-min, 19 goals in all competitions this season. Significant, he was back in the starting 11 today. And Harry Kane was involved in the build-up. He didn't have the very last pass, so it won't be a Kane assist, but Kane had the magical touch there to create the opportunity, and Son did really well to finish it off. So Manchester United, who thought they were going to be 1-0 up, now they're 1-0 behind. Bruno Fernandes crosses from the left in front of Cavani. Cavani gets in a tangle with Rodon. Oh, now, and there's an aftermath here. There was a collision between the two. Rodon goes down. Cavani wasn't happy, so he came over to have words with Rodon. He said, "Get up, there's nothing wrong with you, I didn't touch you." And as he went over to do that, Rodon snapped out at him, and the referee, Chris Kavanagh, shown a yellow card to Cavani.
Yeah, because Cavani's saying that Rodon's making a meal of it, and he goes over and shoves him. So really, you can't do that. And obviously, it's a big melee after that. And he does catch him. He does catch him on Cavani. It's good defending from Rodon. He flicks out at him, and yeah, he does catch him. It is a yellow card, and it's good defending from Rodon. That's just frustration from Man United that they should be winning the match, and now they're losing the match, and Cavani scored. I've been in situations like that many a times, Connor, when you're centre forward, you've scored, and you're frustrated, and you can see the goal.
Yeah, he's riled up, Cavani. He feels he's been denied a goal. I mean, he did nothing wrong for the goal that hit the back of the net. It was McTominay's challenge on Son that it was disallowed for, and you can see a little bit of the anger, the South American aggression there coming out from Edison Cavani. And a face of thunder on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, a close-up there on our television monitors. This has not been a good last 10 minutes or so for Manchester United. 1-0 down, 3 minutes to go to the break. Tottenham Stadium, Son's goal separating the teams. Wan-Bissaka onto Marcus Rashford here. This is Wan-Bissaka trying to backheel it onto Rashford once again, but Son gets in and strongly wins the ball and goes out for a throw into Tottenham.
That was a fiery tackle from Bruno Fernandes on Son. You do like it when you see these world-class players giving it their all, Connor. It's brilliant to watch.
Reguilon takes his time. No urgency now for Tottenham. They'll just want to take this lead into the break. They won't be counting any chickens, Tottenham. 6 times this season they have been in front at half-time in Premier League games and not gone on to win the match. 6 times they've ended up drawing it. So still 45 minutes to go here once we do get to half-time. But it feels a significant lead, just the circumstances of it, the pendulum swinging from one side to the other.
You know what? Sorry, Connor, to interrupt there. You know what Tottenham do, and most of the time they'll score that goal. They've been on the front foot, and if you sit back, and that's where Tottenham fans get disappointed, then Man United will eventually score.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the approach now from Mourinho. How defensive does he go? This is Rashford. Son tackles him. It's been a really good game from Son, both in attack and defence, and he was fouled there by Marcus Rashford, and it's a free kick to Tottenham. I mean, he's always got the work rate, doesn't he, Son? And he puts in so many miles over the course of any match. But today he's been so strong in the tackles as well. He did well to get goal side of Rashford there and took the foul and won the free kick.
You wouldn't even think he's been injured, Con. To come back like that from obviously the hamstring injury that he had, he's so sharp. And you know what? Testament to Son. He's working hard in the physio room, obviously on the grass to get himself, and he does look sharp. And Tottenham have missed him.
Tough as nails, Son. I always remember last year. Do you remember when football stopped when the pandemic just broke out? And Son went back to Korea. Do you remember this? And he did his military service.
Yeah.
I mean, absolute tough as nails. Here is Shaw, challenged by Lucas Moura. Ball goes out of play for a throw-in on the halfway line for Manchester United. Pogba back out playing on the left. Rashford back out playing on the right now. Shaw takes the throw into Bruno Fernandes, who of course is the player that Manchester United so often look for. Now, whoa, in the aftermath there, Rashford has kicked out at Højbjerg. Now, Fernandes.
Yeah.
Fernandes is saying that he was elbowed in the face, and that's why he kicked out. Either way, he has kicked out, so it's a free kick to Tottenham. Did the referee show the yellow card there?
No, I don't think he did.
No.
But to be fair, you know why? Højbjerg's been all over Bruno Fernandes. He's not letting him have a kick, and that is just pure frustration from Bruno Fernandes, because obviously he's the Man United star player, but he hasn't given him a kick, and he's just getting frustrated.
Bruno Fernandes has been a marked man in this game. So 3 minutes to be added on for stoppages at the end of the first half. Tottenham leading by 1-0. The goal from Son. Son has scored twice when these sides met earlier on the season at Old Trafford. Shaw, after Tottenham really wasted the free kick there, they tried to play a short move and they gave it away immediately. Here is Harry Maguire on the edge of his own 6-yard box, gives it to Wan-Bissaka. And then Pogba does a fancy backheel but gives the ball away, and he's been fouled by Harry Kane, and Harry Kane holds his head in his hand. And there's a lot of amateur dramatics down there in terms of, we think some players might have gone down a bit too easy. The reactions to some of the decisions have been very flamboyant as well today. There's been theatrics and hysterics. Right, here is Cavani, touches it on towards Pogba, and Dumbling gets a very important nudge there because it just glided the ball away from Pogba. Tottenham will try to counter-attack here. Harry Kane, good pass down from Lucas Moura, intercepted by Maguire, cleaned up by Luke Shaw. Manchester United regain comfortable possession inside their own half. Maguire in the white boots, long strides up to the halfway line. Lovely weight on that ball for Bruno Fernandes, and a good recovery by Lo Celso. A sliding tackle to put it out for a Manchester United throw. Almost half-time. Manchester United trail by 1-0.
No, it's good tracking back from Lo Celso, because you thought Bruno Fernandes was in there. It was a good ball from Maguire, but he's done his defensive work really well there.
Before the Tottenham goal, I think they had only had one shot all match. Jose Mourinho will be delighted. His team are in front. Pogba with some juggling skills inside the penalty area. Bruno Fernandes crosses just too firm. Cavani was the far post from him, and it fizzled over the top of the Uruguayan and out for a throw-in to Tottenham.
Sergio Aurier is just saying to Højbjerg and Dyer, we're in injury time. They're trying to play out on the edge of their box. Put your foot through it and get up the pitch. We're getting to half-time. You don't want to concede just before half-time. So Sergio Aurier is right. Clear the ball.
Reguilon now takes his time over the throw. He's played almost the 3 minutes. Harry Kane gives the ball away to Fred inside the Tottenham half. Here's Lindelof. Back to Harry Kane in the centre circle. Is there time for a Manchester United equaliser ahead of the break? Reminder, we'll be hearing from Brendan Rodgers and David Moyes at half-time with Steve Crossman. Here comes the delivery in from Shaw, easily dealt with at the front post by Dyer. Manchester United come again. Good touch from Shaw to play Pogba into the box. His cross straight at Dyer again. Good positioning from Eric Dyer. And the Tottenham central defender clears it away, and Tottenham try to push out here. And they're going to hold a line 5 yards outside their penalty areas. Manchester United come again. Seconds remaining in the first half. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, right-hand side, back to Scott McTominay. Into Lindelof. Tottenham very deep now. No pressure at all on the Manchester United defenders, who are midway inside the Spurs half. And they run that out for the end of the first half. So it's Son's goal that separates them. Tottenham lead Manchester United 1-0. But that doesn't quite tell the half of it. There's been much controversy. Clinton Morris.
No, there has. There's been loads, and no doubt we're going to talk about it at half-time with Crossy if we can. But no, it's been a good first half from Tottenham. Man United obviously should have had the goal. It's ruled out for a foul by McTominay, obviously, which was, I don't know if it's the right decision, but I'm sure lots of people will have their opinion on it. But then Tottenham score a really good goal, really well worked goal, good finish from Son.
Joy of joy, Steve. We're talking VAR again and disallowed goals. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0.
Good news, we've only got a couple of minutes to do it.
That's good news, Crossy, fine.
Okay, let me read some of the messages. Michael, if that was a foul by McTominay, surely they have to deem it a red card offence. Paul, very perplexing how VAR can deem a slight touch of the face as a foul, but not a boot in the head. Now, that is a good point, actually, because for those that don't know or didn't see, earlier today, James Tarkowski challenged for a ball in the Burnley-Newcastle game, and Longstaff was going to head it into the back of the net, and he kind of inadvertently booted him in the face, but he did boot him in the face. That wasn't given as a foul, and this was, Clinton.
Consistency, Crossy, that's what I said, and that is why fans get frustrated. It has to be more consistency. I agree. If you're not going to disallow the Man United goal, then you've got to give McTominay at least another yellow card. Then he should be sent off. If you're saying that is a foul, it's consistency, and I think that is why fans and us that talk about it, we get frustrated sometimes with VAR. And that is the biggest thing at this precise moment. Consistency. The referees and the VAR have to get it right.
The one thing I suppose I would say in defence of the officials on that front is, if they deem that McTominay has impeded Son, then it's a foul. But because he's barely touched him, you can't give a yellow card. And I'm not saying that's the decision they've made, but I'm just trying to see it from their point of view.
No, I understand, but if you're going to give the foul and you've raised your arm, then it's not a yellow card. That's what I'm trying to say, Crossy. I think anywhere else, if it didn't lead to a goal and he'd raised his arm like that, I think he's going to give him a yellow card, especially how Son's gone down and he's caught him in his eye or his nose, wherever he's caught him on the pitch. Then if he goes down, you have to give a yellow card.
Yeah. You know, I think it's been lost a bit, Steve. They say sort of in legal terms, what's in the spirit of the law. And when this was originally decided, okay, in football, do you know what we've all decided? No one's going to disagree with this. We've all decided you can't go and punch someone in the face. You can't bring your hands and reel each other, right? But when that decision was made to bring that rule in football, that's not what we're talking about. There is going to be times when a finger will brush against a cheek, and it's okay, and you can play on. And this is the frustrating thing. But I do feel sorry for the officials. They're told, if they let that one go, then the next time someone's fingers touches someone's face, everyone, where's the consistency? Why didn't you give it? So it's a mess. I don't know what the answer is. It leaves a sour taste in the mouth at times, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's furious there. Mind you, Jose Mourinho's delighted.
Was it clear and obvious? Decide for yourselves. Match of the day tonight, 10:30. Couldn't possibly comment.
What do you think, Crossy?
Oh, come on. It's not a foul. Not every bit of contact is a foul. It's a contact sport. Anyway.
There you go, mate.
Let's put it to one side. Connor Clinton, thank you very much for the time being. It is Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0 at half-time. We've got more coming up on the COVID breaches from Hamza Chowdhury, Ayoze Perez and James Maddison, which meant they missed the 3-2 defeat for Leicester at West Ham United. Let's get the news first with Joe Critcher.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
The Queen says the loss of her husband, the Duke of Edinburgh, has left a huge void in her life. That's according to her son, Prince Andrew. His sister, Princess Anne, says their father was her teacher and has left a legacy that will inspire. A remembrance service for Prince Philip took place earlier. Non-essential shops, hairdressers and gyms are all preparing to reopen in England and Wales tomorrow. Restaurants and pubs can start serving outside in England. Every pupil will also return to school in Scotland and Wales. In Northern Ireland, non-essential retail can restart click and collect services. Friends of the Big Brother star Nikki Graham say they're heartbroken at her death. She was 38 and was being treated for anorexia. The former Emmerdale actress Gemma Oaten fought back tears in a video saying, "I wish I could have done more." Heavy snow's been falling over parts of Teesside and North Yorkshire, causing disruption for motorists. A yellow Met Office warning has now been lifted, but drivers are being warned to expect wintry showers.
Europe's elite club competition.
The Champions League.
And this is Mason Mount, and Mason Mount has scored, and that was a superb turn and shot by Mason Mount. Chilwell bursting into the penalty area, he goes round the goalkeeper, and Ben Chilwell has gone on to score.
The second legs of the Champions League quarter-finals are here. On Tuesday night, Chelsea host FC Porto. Kick-off 8 p.m.
The Champions League on 5 Live.
This is 5 Live Sport
with Steve Crossman.
In a couple of moments, we'll be able to hear from Brendan Rodgers on those COVID breaches by James Maddison, Hamza Chowdhury and Ayoze Perez. This is the reason they missed the 3-2 defeat against West Ham. West Ham went 3-0 up, just like they've done in their last 2 games. But again, it got very, very squeaky for them at the end. Brilliant Jesse Lingard once more, 2 goals for him. And David Moyes has been speaking to Andy Gillies.
David, well done.
Thank you.
Nervy moments at the end, but that's a fantastic win, is it not?
It was a great win, it really was, yeah. Not one I enjoyed, but it was a great win.
Not one you enjoyed?
No.
Why's that?
Well, because we've got ourselves in such a strong position. Now, we could do it once or twice, and you're saying, hey, these things can happen, but for it to happen the third time, is not good. It wasn't professional enough the way we went about it in the last 30 minutes or so. I thought for the first 45 minutes we were very, very good. But we've set standards and, If you want to be there, then you're going to have to continue and play at them, and when we drop below them, then the players need to know and they need to understand what we need to do to keep winning. We won't keep winning if we play as badly as we did in the last 30 minutes today.
Once again, I have to ask you, Jesse Lingard, what a contribution he's made and what a transformation for him.
He's been great for us and he's given us something different, and I probably didn't expect him to get so many goals for us, but I knew that he was capable.
Keeping it going, can you keep it going right the way through to the end of the season?
Yeah, if we play better than we do today, we'll keep it going. We're not going to have to play better than we did. That's the standards. If you want to be up near the top, then you have to set big standards, and we've had two fantastic wins. To beat Leicester, who are arguably the form team or one of the form teams in the Premier League, especially away from home, and we'll just come away from a result against Wolves in midweek. It's been a very good week for us.
Painful defeat to Leicester City, who of course want to avoid a repeat of what happened last season when their form disintegrated at the back end of the campaign and they dropped out of the Champions League places. Even harder to swallow because they were without James Maddison, Hamza Chowdhury and Ayoze Perez, all of whom were dropped for breaching COVID-19 protocols. After the game, Brendan Rodgers confirmed to Andy Gillies it had been his decision to leave them out.
During the course of the game, the club gave us a statement about, we understand, a COVID-19 breach. And you didn't include today Perez or Chowdhury or Maddison in the squad. Is that why they weren't available today?
Yes. Yeah. For me, it was simple. When I come into the club, I have tried to set a standard of performance, and that is on the field and off the field. And the standard dropped to what we'd expect. We're into a really critical part of the season. So we need to have that focus and we need to have that mentality in order to win. So that was my decision. Take them out of the game today as a consequence. Easy to find players. It's a drop in the ocean nowadays. But they're all good lads. They've made a mistake. It's not their identity as players. They've made a mistake. They suffered for it this week, and now they'll rejoin us for the semi-final.
And how do they accept that decision? I mean, you expect it just to be dealt with, move on this week?
Well, it is something that has been dealt with. We spoke to all the players. They understand where they're at. They know they let their teammates down, and we'll get back together again this week, and they'll all be back on the bus again together.
But not something you could have done with at this stage of the season, really, is it?
No, it's not. As always said, we're developing the mentality, to make the jumps that these players are making, and where we're going from in the league, in that mid-table, to be at the top level. In order to be a winner or certainly be up there challenging, you need to act like a winner, and that's always the difficult one. That always takes that bit longer to have that mindset. So yeah, it's something that's happened. We dealt with it, and now we'll move on.
And that's Brendan Rodgers. You wonder whether or not talk will now turn to James Maddison's England future as well ahead of Euro 2021, and whether or not that COVID breach is going to have an impact on that. 08085 909 693. We have an earlier and condensed 606 tonight with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. Afternoon, guys.
Afternoon, Steve. Let's start with that, Chris, then. Strong words from Brendan Rodgers, but was he right? Yes.
Well, of course he was right. It'd be interesting to hear what Leicester fans think about this. I mean, have Chowdhury, Perez and Maddison, have they cost Leicester a Champions League spot? There's a good chance of a big game today, wasn't it, against West Ham? They missed that creativity of Maddison, and Steve just touched on it. Is that James Maddison's Euros hopes over?
His might be. What about Lingard's? They're definitely not, Chris. West Ham and Lingard, magnificent.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, hasn't he been, since he has gone to West Ham? West Ham United fans, you must be so excited. You must be thrilled with Jesse Lingard. Surely West Ham United have to push the boat out to sign him, don't they, Rob? And Manchester United fans, I suppose, would you be sorry to see Jesse Lingard go?
Lines are open, 08285 909 693. Chris, we all may as well go home and quit football, stop football, VAR. If that's a foul, what on earth has our game come to? The one on McTominay, on Son, it's never a foul in a million years. The game's gone.
Yep, I mean, we disagree on a lot of things. I'm with you all the way here. The game is absolutely gone. Football is becoming a non-contact sport. The goal should have been awarded. All McTominay did, Son's trying to grab McTominay. McTominay's just fending to ease him off the ball. The goal should have stood. And did you see the Burnley-Newcastle game earlier, Rob?
I didn't see that one, Chris, but Newcastle, what a win.
Well, Newcastle, yeah, but what about Tarkowski? He nearly kicked off Longstaff's head inside the box. A penalty wasn't awarded, so you can nearly kick off somebody's head. But then with the McTominay one,
a goal is disallowed. It doesn't make sense to me. What on earth is going on? Let's hear what people have to think.
And on that Newcastle win, Chris, 6 points clear the relegation, still got a game in hand. Steve Bruce, manager of the season.
Oh, stop it. But listen, Newcastle fans must be absolutely delighted with the display. St. Maximum, an assist and a goal. Had they had him for more games this season, he's had injury issues, hasn't he? Was out with COVID. He's a sensational player. Let's hear from Newcastle fans. Even you must be happy this evening.
Lines open 08085 909 693, Stephen.
Thank you very much, chaps. 6:06 will follow the game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So as soon as the game's done, Robbie and Chris will take over until 7 o'clock, when we'll bring you Sheffield United versus Arsenal. And then at 9, our coverage of the final round of the Masters. More on that in a moment. It's been a busy opening weekend in the County Championship as well. Most of the games have ended in draws because of snow and sleet. Rounding up all the action, here's Kevin Howells.
Yeah, some main stories for you. Defending champions Essex drew with Worcestershire here at Chelmsford. Hard-fought draw. And Jake Libby, the Worcestershire opener, spent every minute of the game on the field. His score of 180 not out, the second longest in the history of the competition. 11 hours, 21 minutes. Jason Gallion spent 2 minutes longer at the crease back in 1996. Elsewhere, wins so far for Hampshire and for Somerset. And Billy Root scored a century for Glamorgan against Yorkshire in Leeds, reaching the 100 off the bowling of his brother, the England Test captain, Joe.
And I cannot sell this hard enough. The ball-by-ball coverage on the BBC Sport website from every game, every ball, is an absolute joy to listen to. So do make sure you check that out. As is our coverage of the Masters. As I said, 9 p.m. tonight, Mark Chapman, John Murray, Alistair Bruce Ball, and our correspondent Ian Carter. Afternoon, Ian.
Good afternoon, not to mention the live text commentary that will be going on the BBC Sport website tonight as well. So they do a fantastic job as well.
Absolutely. Well played. Get the full sell-in. And you're all going to be talking about Hideki Matsuyama.
We are, inevitably. That was one of the finest rounds of golf I've ever seen. Certainly the back nine yesterday when he came back in 30. He really took advantage of the softer conditions when we had the interruption for rain. It all added up to a 65 for Matsuyama, 11 under par. And maybe this is the moment that an awful lot of people in the game of golf have been looking forward to. He's 29 years of age. He had a brilliant amateur career, a former amateur world number one, but it seemed like, even though he's a brilliant ball striker, it seemed like he was tailing off simply because his putting hasn't been good enough. He's 170th on the putting stats on the PGA Tour, but you wouldn't have guessed it yesterday. He really capitalised on some amazing ball striking and has taken a real initiative here. 11 under par, 4 shots clear of Xander Schauffele, Mark Leishman, Will Zalatoris, and of course Justin Rose, who's hanging in there.
He's the favourite. Of course he's the favourite. Anywhere else, he'd be a massive favourite.
Who, Matsuyama?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would. But you're absolutely right to highlight it, Steve, because things can change so quickly. I was talking about this on breakfast this morning. Last night I had to do a 30-second upsum for the BBC World Service, and I swear the lead changed 3 times in the course of that 30 seconds, so anything could happen.
I was listening to the coverage when you came back from that, and you did very well to carry on. Ian, thank you very much. That's our golf correspondent, Ian Carter. 9 p.m. tonight. All of the cameras at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Heung-min Son. He scored the goal for Tottenham. He was also, in the most inverted of commas, fouled for the goal which was disallowed for Manchester United. So Spurs 1, United 0. 6:06 follows full time. Clinton Morrison and Conor McNamara, your commentary team.
Thanks very much, Steve. I don't think we've quite heard the end of this. This debate is going to go on and on about what's already happened in this match today. But I don't think we've either got the full outcome of this game. There are going to be more twists to come in the second half. You just feel it. Manchester United trailing Tottenham by 1-0 in North London on 5 Live. Son did very well to take his goal. He's had an all-action performance. Harry Kane has been underused, I would argue, by Spurs. However, when he has been involved, he's had some very good touches as well. So will Tottenham extend their lead, or will Manchester United get back in this one? We've got a big 45 minutes to go. And remember, this is crucial for Tottenham to keep alive their hopes of being in the Champions League next season. A reminder of the teams are back underway, and Dumbele's been fouled. Free kick to Tottenham inside the Manchester United half. Spurs have got Lloris in goal, Aurier, Dyer, Rodon and Reguilon as the defenders. In midfield, Lo Celso and Dumbele, Højbjerg and Lucas Moura, and then Son, partnering Kane up front. For Manchester United, Henderson the goalkeeper, chosen again ahead of De Gea. Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw the defenders. McTominay and Fred in the engine room. Pogba's been mostly wide left, Rashford wide right, Fernandes in the hole, and Edison Cavani, who thought he had scored a good goal before half-time, but it was disallowed. He's the striker up front. Here's the Tottenham free kick, played in by Son. Pogba rises on the edge of the penalty area and wins the header. It's controlled by Lucas Moura, who sets off down the right wing, leaving Fred in his wake. Now tries to take on Luke Shaw. Shaw looks to push, I think. Lucas Moura there, referee says it's okay, and that's going to be a goal kick to Manchester United, away to our right-hand side. Clinton.
Yeah, good strong defending there from Shaw. Lucas Moura has been a threat for Tottenham on the right-hand side, but it's going to be difficult to try and run Shaw, but good defending from Shaw there.
Manchester United haven't lost away from home all season in the Premier League. They've been behind at various stages in those away matches, and they've always found a way of getting back this season, so let's see what they can do here. As McTominay, who was right in the heart of the controversy of the disallowed goal, passes it to Fred. Left-footed ball with loads of backspin. That was like an approach to a green at Augusta as he sent it forward, but it was straight to Reguilon. Tottenham have possession. Højbjerg tries to launch it over the top. Lindelof backpedaling, wins a header ahead of Son. And then this is Wan-Bissaka getting it down on the deck and playing it to Bruno Fernandes. Nice 1-2 between the pair of those as Wan-Bissaka comes over the halfway line. Rashford looks for Pogba, gets a really good touch in front of Aurier, and now gives it to Rashford. Here's Rashford into the penalty area, onto his left boot, cuts back, sells a dummy, and then good recovery from Aurier, and Tottenham are able to clear away. Bright, lively start here to the second half, and look at Aurier go as he moves through the gears, shifting away from his own penalty area, up over the halfway line, and eventually tackled by Fred, but Tottenham regained possession. Lo Celso onto Harry Kane, just outside the penalty area, tries to chip Henderson, and it was always too high, and it goes out for a goal kick. Lively start to the second period.
Good action. Listen, that would have been some goal. It started from Wan-Bissaka, the Man United move. He done ever so well. The ball eventually came to Rashford. He had the half-a-yard corner on his left foot, and you're thinking, strike it, but he tried to get back onto his right foot. It was good defending in the end from Eric Dyer and Serge Aurier, and then he breaks and done it ever so well, but it's a good, lively second half. You're right.
Marcus Rashford, who's been substituted in each of his last two games, went off injured against Brighton. He was, visibly injured last weekend. He then was hobbling a bit on Thursday and eventually taken off. And looking at him here, and with that chance, you wonder if he was 100% fit, if he was really firing on all cylinders, would he have had more thrust to that attack? He tried to cut it back, and to be fair to Aurier, he had recovered very well. 1-0 to Tottenham it remains. Early stages of the second half on 5 Live in the sunshine in North London as Maguire sends a nice accurate ball to the left-hand side to Luke Shaw. He cuts back at himself, tries to step into the penalty area, challenged by Lucas Moura. Good battle between those two today, Lucas Moura and Shaw. Shaw's come out on top on this occasion, gives it short to McTominay. Clips it back out to the left wing. Cavani's taken a position. Pogba at the moment operating in the middle. Cavani gives it back to Luke Shaw, 15 yards outside the penalty area that Manchester United attack. What a ball that is to find Wan-Bissaka, drills it in from a tight angle, and it hits Lloris, and then Lloris falls down on top of it, and Tottenham breathe a sigh of relief. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0.
Yeah, it's good play, it's great ball from Shaw. Wan-Bissaka gets it wrong, I think, at the back post. He should be really putting that back into the area where Cavani was, but yeah, he's kind of got it wrong, and it's a comfortable save for Hugo Lloris.
These clubs who've both had long runs in Europe this season, who've both had runs in domestic cup competitions as well, and for both Tottenham and Manchester United, today is their 50th game of the season in all competitions, which is more than anyone else in this country in the top flight. Lucas Moura is sitting on the ground off the pitch saying he's been fouled, and the referee has given the free kick to Tottenham. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's out trying to give some comments to his players, and it's fiery and it's feisty, as we knew it would be today. Solskjaer against Mourinho. Aurier after short taken free kick. Lo Celso back to Højbjerg. Great pressure there for Bruno Fernandes, but Højbjerg was able to elude him. Now Reguilon gives it to Ndombele. Højbjerg is down, and I have to say that was out of my eye line where he got hurt there. The referee has brought back play.
I was watching the game like you, Connor.
I think he's just collided into another player by accident, but he's hurt himself here, Højbjerg.
Unless there's no one around, we'll have to wait to see a replay. I was following the ball because he'd done ever so well to manoeuvre the ball from Bruno, played it out wide. Bruno Fernandes to Reguilon, and we're seeing it now. No, there's not really contact.
Do you know what it was?
You know what?
The turf gave way under his feet.
Way under his feet. Yeah,
I think he's hurt his ankle there.
There you go. You see it. His left ankle rolls it.
So anchored his foot in the turf, but then the turf shifted, which can often cause injuries for players. So we're going to have a little bit of a delay in play here. Chance to remind you of what's coming up over the next few days. Plenty of live sport, of course. We've got Sheffield United against Arsenal, full commentary at 7 o'clock here on 5 Live. Immediately after that, we'll be going to Augusta, the final round of the Masters. Leaders tee off around 6:30 UK time. You can follow all the details on the BBC Sport website of that as well. Tomorrow, we've got the Monday Night Club at 7 o'clock, followed by Brighton against Everton. It's an 8:15 commentary from the Premier League here on 5 Live. And then it's back to European action Tuesday and Wednesday. Chelsea against Porto, Champions League quarter-final, second leg is on Tuesday. And a big night on Wednesday will be across it all. Dortmund against Manchester City and Liverpool against Real Madrid. And you can follow both those games on 5 Live on Wednesday night. Play back underway here. Højbjerg has been able to resume, and here comes Lucas Moura, and he's given the ball away to Wan-Bissaka.
He does all the hard work there, Connor. It's a great take from him. Eric Dyer fires that into him, and his control and the nutmeg on McTominay is brilliant. He just has to pass it out to Son. He's one-on-one against Wan-Bissaka. So that's why I say Lucas Moura does some good stuff, and then he does some disappointing stuff.
We've only played 6-7 minutes of the second half. It's been lively. Still Tottenham lead. Pogba near the centre circle, allowed to turn with the under shirt on and the gloves today. That's a good ball by Bruno Fernandes. Wan-Bissaka was arriving on the right-hand side. Son tracked his run well, but Manchester United still on the ball. Pogba's cross into Cavani, and it's just wide. What a chance. Paul Pogba so close to setting up a goal for Cavani. It was a really good cross, and it was inches off target.
His movement's first class though, Cavani, and Pogba knows where Cavani. Eric Dyer does not know where he is. It's good defending from Rodon in the end. He does ever so well.
So the disallowed goal, that one there as well. Both times it was Pogba setting up the chance. I'm going to go back to what I said at the very start of the commentary. I think this is his best position, more advanced. He's not the engine room, and he's nearly set up 2 goals now for Manchester United in that position. Here comes the corner from Luke Shaw. Short run up, left-footed delivery, and away off the shin pad of Harry Kane. Only as far as Fred, and a kind of shin pad touch from him as well. That's poor from Fred, and it goes out for a throw.
I like that, Connor. It was a kind of a shin pad touch. That was definitely from Fred. He could have just took a touch, but yeah, I can't beat that, Connor. That's one of the best. It definitely was shin pad touch. But before that, I was saying Pogba, when he whipped the ball in, Cavani's movement's brilliant. And you know what? Eric Dyer not checking his shoulders. It's only because young Rodon does defense ever so well at the near post. You have to check your shoulders when you're playing with Edison Cavani. His movement's first class, Connor.
Manchester United have won 25 points from losing positions in the Premier League this season. That's 9 points more than any other team in the top flight. Can they get back in this one, or are Tottenham going to take a very important 3 points towards their hopes of remaining in the Champions League race? Here comes Aurier down the right-hand side, tracked by Luke Shaw. He's got Højbjerg behind him. Aurier again, this time into Lo Celso. Fred is the nearest defender to him. Pogba back helping out as well, and the ball goes off Pogba and for a Tottenham throw. And such is the urgency of Manchester United that Cavani plays ball boy, and he runs off the pitch to collect the ball. He says to Tottenham, come on, get on with it, no wasting time. Long way to go. Aurier prepares to take the throw. Short to Højbjerg, well challenged by Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United get it back again. Fred tries a flick, doesn't quite come off, but then he battles for it to try and win it again. Højbjerg runs into McTominay. A lot of crunching tackles going in here, and it's still anyone's. Højbjerg wins it a second time. Now Kane, and classic cut in 2 lines there, and he's pushed it way too far in front of Son. And those two were almost telepathic sometimes, but the wires were crossed there.
Yeah.
Poor clearance by Manchester United. McTominay's mopped it up. Sorry.
Yeah, it was a difficult ball from Harry Kane. He should have really just fired it to Son. It was so hard. It was going to be eye of a needle stuff, like the Kevin De Bruyne pass, like he did last week against Leicester. It was a difficult pass, but yeah, obviously them two have got that understanding.
Scholes having a good game for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes pushes it onto Pogba. Strong in the tackle with Eric Dyer, but Dyer holds up the Frenchman. And the ball goes out for a throw into Manchester United, and no time to waste as Bruno Fernandes takes it immediately. Short to the feet of Pogba, gets around in Ndombele rather easily, sends in a left-footed cross from the near touchline. Now McTominay has a shot on target, Lloris can't hold it, punches it away with 2 fists, and it falls for Reguilon, and he's able to run it out of the penalty area, and really good work by Reguilon. Eventually it does spill out for a Manchester United throw, but he's cleared away the danger.
Yeah, it's good. Son has to trap Wan-Bissaka back because he's getting forward. Good play from Pogba. He sets up McTominay, and it's a comfortable save for Hugo Lloris.
McTominay's shot there. He hasn't scored an away goal in a year and a half for Manchester United. Scott McTominay. And the ball goes out here for a Manchester United corner, which Bruno Fernandes is jogging across to take. 10 minutes played in the second half. Fernandes carefully places the ball, the little quadrant by the corner flag, television camera hovering right on his shoulder, trying to get the angle of this to beam those pictures to millions watching around the world as the Bruno Fernandes corner is played in, and Harry Kane on the edge of the 6-yard box is able to head it away. Back out to Bruno Fernandes on the left-hand side for Manchester United. Good work from Tottenham to block his cross, but the loose ball falls for Fred. Manchester United still in possession. Wan-Bissaka tries his look down the right-hand side, gives it to Paul Pogba. Højbjerg is out with him. Good block by Højbjerg to ensure that Pogba's cross won't get into the penalty area, and the ball goes out for a Manchester United throw, but good pressure at the moment from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's team.
I think he'll be like that in the second half, Connor. I do believe Tottenham will sink back into their shape and try and play in counter-attack, but that is always going to be difficult because Man United have got the class to open them up.
Bruno Fernandes to Fred, just outside the D. Rashford back to Fred. This is lovely. Cavani, saved by Lloris, followed up by Fred. Manchester United get their equaliser. Tottenham make their appeals, but I think this one's going to stand. And Fred, he gets his first goal of this season, only his second Premier League goal ever. Lloris found the first one too hot to handle, and Fred rewarded for his run to follow up, and he's made it 1-1.
I told you I don't say stuff for the effect, Connor. I said they just sit back too much, and he's not offside. Reguilon plays him one side. It's a good save from Lloris. No midfield runners are tracking Fred, and it's poor from Tottenham again, and that's why Tottenham fans get frustrated with their team, because they take the lead and then they just sit back and invite pressure, and they are not good enough defensively to sit back and defend for the whole of the second half.
We mentioned in the first half how it was Jose Mourinho who spent a lot of money to sign Fred for Manchester United. And now Fred, who, let's face it, is not renowned for his goal scoring, but he was involved 3 times in that move. Tiki-taka goal for Manchester United as they worked their way into the Tottenham penalty area. 1-1. Game on.
Yeah, definitely game on. Man United have come out in the second half and they've been much better than the first half. They've been the better team. They've been on the front foot, and it's a well-worked goal.
Son to Reguilon. Tottenham trying to get back in the groove here. Yeah, I think they had retreated a bit into their shell. They were even sort of wasting time a little bit. They weren't chasing the game, Tottenham, and 1-0, as we know, is such a dangerous lead in football, particularly this early in proceedings.
Especially against a team like Man United, Connor. You can't sit back like that. You've got to go and try and score the second goal in the game.
Here's Fred. So, Son's goal in the first half cancelled out now by Fred's goal in the second half, 1-1. And this is going to be a very interesting next half an hour or so on 5 Live. We'll have 6:06 with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton once the live football is over here, and then we'll be winging our way to Bramall Lane at 7 o'clock for Sheffield United against Arsenal. Earlier on today, Newcastle got their first win in 8 games. Alan Saint-Maximin was sprung from the bench by Steve Bruce. He set up a goal, he scored a goal. They beat Burnley 2-1. As here comes Pogba to the edge of the Tottenham penalty area. Bruno Fernandes plays in a cross, which, I think if he could do that again, he'd have sent it closer to Lloris's goal. He'd pull it back to the edge of the penalty area. And now Tottenham break. It's a good game now. Tottenham break over the halfway line. Son plays it out to Harry Kane. Crossing position on the right. He's dragged Harry Kane out with him. Decent cross in from Kane, but there's no one on the end of it. And McTominay flicks it away. Not very far, mind you. And Ndombele will pick it up out near the corner flag on the left-hand side. McTominay goes out to get close to him. Good work from Ndombele to get around McTominay once, but then he slows it down again, plays it to Højbjerg, back in a more central location. Now to Aurier, who's up from right back, and further out to the right wing to Lucas Moura, who'll run and be tracked by Fred towards the corner flag. Right-hand side as Tottenham are attacking. Aurier involved again. Højbjerg returns it to him. Great first touch from Aurier. Tries to shoot left-footed. Lindelof with strong defending, but the loose ball has fallen to Son, and it's saved by the legs of Henderson. Henderson's best save of the game so far to deny Son Heung-min a second goal of the game. Manchester United trying to break out of defence with Rashford, and he's challenged by Højbjerg. And it's been a full-bloodied game since kick-off, and it's now, since Manchester United's equaliser, it's just gone up another level again.
Yeah, and you know Tottenham fans must be sitting at home thinking, why don't we start the second half how we started when we conceded a goal? But it was good play from Serge Aurier, it was good block, and then the ball falls to Son and you're thinking he's going to score here, but it's a good save from Dean Henderson at his near post.
Tottenham of possession, 1-1. This is Lo Celso near the centre circle. Now Eric Dyer in the bright blue boots. Serge Aurier on the right-hand side. Fred's last Premier League goal, his only previous one before today, was 2.5 years ago. Good timing from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's point of view that Fred would get the goal here. Right, Jose Mourinho is going to make a change. And it's in midfield. He's taking off Lo Celso, who's had a quiet match. And he's bringing on the Frenchman, Moussa Sissoko. Clinton Morris.
Yeah, I think he'll push Ndombele further up. And I think that's where, for me personally, that's where I think Ndombele is his best, in that role just behind Harry Kane, because I think his feet and his vision, he can cause more problems. And he's just probably Sissoko to be a bit more solid in midfield, because I think Paul Pogba's now starting to run the game when he picks it up in and around that midfield row.
1-1. Aurier's throw, back to Rodon, back to the goalkeeper Lloris again. Left-footed clearance from the French international up towards Son, who wins a flicked-on header. And here is Ndombele now in this more advanced role, and immediately looking to find Harry Kane. Out comes Henderson, sweeper keeper well outside his penalty area, and right-footed clears it away. Immediately we see what Mourinho is going to try and do now, with Ndombele nearly setting up a chance for Kane.
If I'd got that right, Connor, I'd have been a genius, wouldn't I? No, not really, but you can just see he does pick passes there. I think he's really clever, and it was nearly a good ball, but it was good defending from, good goalkeeping from Dean Henderson. He read the danger, because Kane had the run on Harry Maguire.
Here come Manchester United playing it out of defence. Fred to Pogba, who's got a pocket of space just around the halfway line. And he's tried to play one in Ndombele style in front of Rashford here, but too far ahead of Rashford. The angle wasn't right. It went directly to Lloris. Which way is this one going to go now? Because the game's been 0-0. Manchester United thought they were 1-0 up when Cavani scored. Then they were 1-0 down when Son did score. Now Manchester United have got it level to 1-1. Can Tottenham respond? Good work by Wan-Bissaka to win the ball ahead of Son. Now here comes Bruno Fernandes. He's got Rashford ahead of him, bearing down to the penalty area. Left-footed shot from Fernandes was good, and Lloris at full stretch got his fingertips to it and pushed it out. That was a good shot from Fernandes, because it was outside the penalty area, but it very nearly caught out Hugo Lloris.
No, it's a top draw save. None of the defenders want to go to the ball. It's a good run from Rashford, but the save from Lloris is first class, to be fair, because Bruno Fernandes has a great shot, left foot. That's creeping into the bottom corner. It's a great hand from Hugo Lloris.
It's dipping just as it comes to him, so he's diving out and it's going down, and we've seen those ones creep past goalkeepers so often. Good strike from Bruno Fernandes too. We know he's such a cultured deliverer of a shot, and it's a good game to watch here now at Tottenham Stadium. Luke Shaw preparing to take the corner. Right hand side of the pitch as Manchester United come forward. Whole bundle of players in the middle hustling for it. It comes towards Pogba. He does get his head to it, but he can't get a clean header, and it goes wide, and a goal kick for Tottenham. 1-1.
Good game, good game second half, Connor. End to end, a lot of chances. Obviously, Man United, I think, started this second half really on the front foot, and Jose had to make a change, but since he's made that change, Tottenham have been on the front foot as well.
So Lloris places the ball for the goal kick. Jose Mourinho's made his change within Ndombele. I wonder what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's next move will be, as Lloris sends the clearance up over the halfway line. Harry Kane gets into a tangle with McTominay. Lindelof picks up the loose ball. Lovely touch from Pogba to buy space. He had two players around him there, and he almost scissor flicked it to get out of trouble. That was Pogba at his best there.
Yeah, it was. Great touch.
There's Lindelof, 20 yards inside his own half. Right-hand side of the Manchester United defence. Poor ball again. Cut in two minds. Put it between Bruno Fernandes and Wan-Bissaka. Neither of them could get there. Goes out for a Tottenham throw. Surely the desire is Tottenham's to go and win the game now. A draw is a decent result for Manchester United. Tottenham need the win, particularly with Liverpool's late winner yesterday. West Ham winning today as well. Here's Fred, deepest line Manchester United outfield player for the moment. Lindelof ahead of him. Bruno Fernandes gives it in field to McTominay with the yellow boots. Tottenham retreat. Luke Shaw still inside the Manchester United half, just down below us. Now Fred. Tottenham visibly stepping off here now just for a moment, allowing Manchester United to have the ball inside their own half. 25 minutes of normal time to play. McTominay gives it short to Fred, hounded by Højbjerg. Fred swivels and pirouettes around the Dane, and Pogba plays a nice ball to Wan-Bissaka. Here's the cross from the right hand side, good positioning by Joe Rodon. The Welshman puts it out for another Manchester United corner.
It's indecisive from Man United, really good in midfield, but Sissoko has to get to the pace of the game, Connor. He's been brought on to stop them midfield passes, and he isn't doing anything at the moment, but it's good incisive play from Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, and good defending again from Rodon, who's been excellent, I think, so far this afternoon.
Yeah, I agree. I mentioned a few times that Manchester United would be happy enough, I guess, with the draw. That just to paint the picture accurately for the listeners, they are absolutely going for this. They're not settling for a draw, just that it wouldn't be as bad a result for them as it would be for Spurs. But there is no doubt Manchester United want to win this. Fernandes waits for the instruction for the referee to take the corner. Right-footed delivery. McTominay was close to it. He hit the deck. Pogba screaming that McTominay was fouled. Chris Kavanagh says play on. Here's Luke Shaw. 10 yards outside the penalty area. Good turn from Shaw. Outside of the left boot. What a cross that is. Here's Pogba. Oh, he tried to backheel it and he messed it up. Bruno Fernandes gave it into Pogba and he tried a backheel from 2 yards out, and he only succeeded in tripping himself. What a chance for Manchester United, but Pogba couldn't flick it in.
It's a huge chance. I'm just looking at, I'm going to come back to something that's just happened on the pitch here, but yeah, it's a great chance. It's a good opportunity, Connor. I'm going to explain it because Tottenham are on the attack in a minute, but the opportunity, it's a great ball from Shaw, and Pogba, he's trying to be too clever, Connor.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't understand why he's trying to do the flick. Just swivel on it, right foot, and pull it into the back of the net. But before that, he is going back to book Luke Shaw, because he had put the yellow card out and then stopped, and Tottenham played it quick. So you know what? You have a go at referees, but Chris Kavanagh does well there. He let the advantage go with Tottenham, and he could have easily stopped that and booked Luke Shaw. But you're right, great opportunity for Pogba. Didn't need to do the flick. Could have just, spun round on it and pull it into the back of the net. And it was a great Man United move.
Yeah, I mean, had that gone in, we'd all be saying what grace, what skill from Paul Pogba. But when it goes wrong, you just do it simple. He's having the chat there with Bruno Fernandes, and that's exactly what's been said, because Pogba's just swung. He's trying to say, look, I couldn't swing it with the right. I had to do the flick. But Bruno Fernandes has obviously just said to him, just kick it in. Forget the fancy flick. Now the corner from Tottenham is headed away. Funny enough, by Pogba. Here is Son back to Højbjerg. We still have a quarter of this match to go, and it's very nicely balanced now. This could still go either way. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 1, 5 Live and the World Service from the BBC. Good ball from Højbjerg to play Son in left channel, stepping into the penalty area now. Wan-Bissaka peels away from him, and then it's Son's turn to try an unnecessary flick, and he runs it out of play. And he tried one that he's obviously been practicing in the training ground, but it doesn't come off, and that is a goal kick to Manchester United.
No, you're right. It was good defending from Wan-Bissaka. I think Son wanted him to commit, but he just moved his feet ever so well, and then Son, as you said, Connor, one trick too many and it goes out of play. But there's a winning goal in this. I just don't know who it's going to, Connor.
Yeah, I agree with you. It just feels that one of these teams is going to score. Some breaking managerial news in League 2 at 5 Live. Forest Green Rovers have parted company with manager Mark Cooper. Forest Green Rovers currently 6th in League 2, but they have lost 4 of their last games in a row. Cooper, who's been at Forest Green Rovers for 5 years, but he has now been dismissed, or certainly the club has parted company. More details on that later on. For the moment, here at Tottenham Stadium, 1-1. Rashford, midway inside the Tottenham half, as Bruno Fernandes to his right-hand side, given a little bit of space, which Tottenham haven't done often today. He'll get it back here from Wan-Bissaka. Højbjerg much closer that time to Bruno Fernandes and makes the block, and it goes out for a Manchester United throw.
Yeah, it was good. I think before that, Ndombele wanted a foul because he had turned McTominay, and I think Son was in, but the referee Kavanagh didn't give it. But Man United are pushing at the moment.
Here's Fred, midway inside the Tottenham half, gives it to the near touchline to Luke Shaw. Now Harry Maguire, 10 yards into the Tottenham half, tries an ambitious ball out towards Bruno Fernandes, and it's cut out by Reguilon. Substitutes from both sides are warming up. Mason Greenwood just went sprinting past Ole Gunnar Solskjaer there, as Bruno Fernandes sends in across, and it's too close to Hugo Lloris. What Mason Greenwood did there is what we would call in Limerick, he pulled a shape. He was sort of showing Solskjaer, look, I'm ready to go on. I'm a coiled spring. The from Clinton there was a tackle from Harry Maguire on Harry Kane, and it's a free kick to Tottenham.
Listen, let me tell you something. You see Harry Maguire, Harry Kane, he's not blisteringly quick, is he? He is quick, but he's not, I wouldn't say rapid, Connor. Harry Maguire had 5 yards on there and made a big mistake, and Harry Kane still got there before him. He can't keep making big mistakes like that, and that is where Maguire struggles out wide in one-on-one situation, but it's good play from Harry Kane.
Latest booking of the game then for the Manchester United captain. So both Shaw and Maguire, who were booked against Granada on Thursday, both booked again here. And Tottenham have got a free kick, which is nowhere near a shooting position. It's way out on the right-hand side. It's only midway inside the Manchester United half, but good platform here for Son Heung-min to try and deliver a cross. And Tottenham have sent loads of bodies forward, and no surprise to see Manchester United bringing everyone back. 20 minutes to go. Here comes Son, short run-up. Good firm delivery though, and Ndombele's header is too high, and it sails over the crossbar. 1-1.
It's a good ball in from Son, but I think it was Serge Aurier's header just went over the bar. But is it going to be a difficult header from there?
Right, here comes the change. Mentioned that Greenwood was giving a little hint to Solskjaer he's ready to come on, and here he comes. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's been quoted as saying he thinks Mason Greenwood is the best finisher at Manchester United. Can he finish this game strongly? Rashford visibly hobbling as he leaves the pitch of the far side, and will he be involved in the Europa League on Thursday? He hasn't looked 100% fit today, but he's been given 71 minutes.
Because you need to play him. He's so important to Man United. Against Granada, you rest him, Connor. You don't need to play Marcus Rashford in the game on Thursday. You give him that week off, and then get him ready for the weekend matches.
Rashford, who scored a few goals against Tottenham in the past, but Greenwood is on now as Manchester United come attacking down the right-hand side, and Wan-Bissaka's hooked in a really good cross. Pogba again was up there. He can't control. This is Cavani though, and Fred again looking for his second, and good defending by Eric Dyer, who took the sting of that shot, and it's cleared away by Aurier. But Fred is having a very good second half and already on the score sheet. Coming up at 7 o'clock here on 5 Live, we'll bring you full commentary of Sheffield United against Arsenal. We're going to get the team news in there in just a moment, but Tottenham are on the attack, and this is Ndombele to the edge of the penalty area. Højbjerg helps it on to Son. Now Harry Kane in the box, has a look up, sells a dummy, tries to catch Henderson out of the front post. Very good defending from Henderson, and with his right foot he puts it out for a corner. We'll get comment from Clinton on that in a moment, but to Ian Dennis at Bramall Lane for the team news.
Well, Connor, Sheffield United have made 3 changes: Burke, Egan and Ampadu for McBurney, Jagielka and Bogle. There is no Aubameyang for Arsenal. He's not travelled, he's unwell. Smith Rowe also hasn't travelled. They've made 5 changes from the side that played Slavia Prague, with Ceballos, Pepe, Chambers, Pablo Mari and Martinelli all starting.
Thanks very much, Ian. Ian will be alongside Mark Lawrenson for Sheffield United against Arsenal. Commentary to come here on 5 Live at 7 o'clock. 18 minutes to play here. Corner for Tottenham, played in by Son, headed by Wan-Bissaka to Sissoko. His shot comes in. Oh, and it's over the crossbar by Aurier. He fell backwards. He tried to bicycle kick it. It wouldn't have counted anyway. The flag was raised. But Serge Aurier, who scored in the 6-1 win earlier on this season, nearly got an acrobatic goal there.
He did, and you know where it comes from again? Man United do the first one, and at the edge of the box again, no one's marking Sissoko, and the shot comes back in. But you're right, Connor. Serge Aurier was in an offside position, and he tried the spectacular that went over the bar.
It's a good game, this, isn't it? I mean, we're chance, and it's increased in the number of those chances as the game has developed. Here is Maguire just inside his own half, feeding it to Luke Shaw. Shaw plays a 1-2 with Fred. Manchester United's passing's been impressive today. They're enjoying playing on the smooth surface in the sunshine in North London, and they fizz the ball around in attacking positions. Cavani's been cute and clever. Pogba over to Greenwood, who's operating on the right wing, having come on for Marcus Rashford. Greenwood shoots and tries to catch Lloris out of the front post. No deflection. It'll be a goal kick. Bit speculative to go from there, Clinton.
Yeah, but he's got a good left foot, and I think Reguilon has to show him on his outside. I know he's both-footed, Greenwood, and he's a fantastic young player, but he wants to come in onto his left foot, but it's going to be difficult to beat Hugo Lloris at his near post there. But he believes in himself, Connor. He's a confident young man.
He has scored in 2 of his last 3 games. Mason Greenwood scored against Leicester, scored against Brighton. He's still got 16 minutes plus the stoppages to try and get a winner here. 1-1, 5 Live on the World Service from the BBC. Harry Kane wins a header. This has got a Harry Kane late winner written all over it as well, by the way. One of the numerous headlines that could grace the back pages of tomorrow's papers. Fred rolls it in front of Luke Shaw here over the halfway line. Cavani back inside his own half, pressured by Aurier. Retreats to Maguire. Tottenham showing a bit more intention on pressuring Manchester United now. I think Jose Mourinho will be disappointed, having had that lead and not being able to build on it or to see it out. But you've got to credit how Manchester United have rolled up their sleeves, and despite the setback of a controversially disallowed goal for Cavani, they've been able to get themselves back into this. Here is Wan-Bissaka, just inside the Tottenham half. Greenwood to McTominay. Now Maguire on the halfway line. Most of his teammates ahead of him. Plays a nice pass on to Pogba. Pogba runs into Sissoko, but is fouled by Højbjerg. Free kick to Manchester United. Dangerous position, but 12 yards outside the penalty area.
Yeah, it's good strength from Pogba, and you can see there, Connor, he just wants to always come into the middle of the pitch. I know a lot of people say out on the wide, but he does like to come into that little pocket where Bruno is, and he's having a big influence in this second half.
And Pogba's been good today. Bruno Fernandes stands over the free kick. Don't think he'd have a crack from him. It's not beyond the realms of possibility, and Tottenham are erecting a three-man wall, but it would be absolutely spectacular to score from here. More than likely he's going to dink this in and try and find the heads of one of his teammates.
If he beats Lloris from here, you're not happy, are you? As a goalkeeper, you're not happy. He is capable of it, but I'm in agreement with you. I think it's a cross for Harry Maguire back post, because he's against Lucas Moura.
For Harry, yes, here it comes. It's rolled short to McTominay, and good blocking by Højbjerg. Does a lot of that, Højbjerg, just disrupts the flow of the opponents. Little interceptions like that all the time. Manchester United failing to threaten it all with a free kick, and they're back inside their own half once again. 1-1 on 5 Live. And here is Lindelof. Now, no opponent near him as he cruises his way into Tottenham territory and finds Mason Greenwood, and Sissoko leans into him. Good work from Sissoko to take it off Greenwood, and helped out by Lucas Moura. Tottenham are able to clear a ball away, but they don't get very far. Bruno Fernandes hurts himself in a challenge. He won the ball briefly off Lucas Moura, and Bruno Fernandes stays down, and Aurier is sporting, and he puts the ball out of play so that the Manchester United number 18 can get some treatment. 13 minutes to go, Clinton. 1-1 for now.
Yeah, they're going to take off Ndombele and bring on Lamela, so it's just like for like in that position. I'm surprised. I would have kept Ndombele on. I think he's that type of player who can create something, even though Lamela's got that in him as well, and maybe would have sacrificed Lucas Moura, but Tottenham need to go for it to get the 3 points, but I don't think a draw is good enough for them, Connor.
No, they got to go for it here. Jose Mourinho has got the little folder out, those pads with various diagrams on it, and he's showing Eric Lamela what he wants from his introduction. There's a pat on the back for Ndombele as he leaves the field. He's put in a good shift, but now Lamela's fresh legs to try and liven up the late proceedings. Eric Lamela, who scored against Manchester United, the old White Hart Lane, this month 5 years ago. That was a game that Tottenham won by 3-0. Same patch of land, but very much different aesthetics now with this modern Tottenham stadium. As Hugo Lloris clears it, left-footed, and that's given possession straight to Fred. However, Fred's touch pounced upon by Sissoko. In turn, Tottenham lose the ball because Manchester United get it back again. Wan-Bissaka, halfway line to the right-hand side, feeds it into McTominay. Now Fred, set to circle. Lamela looks like he's going to play as the most advanced midfielder, just in behind Kane. And Son, of course, operating on the left-hand side. Here's Lindelof, allowed come midway into the Tottenham half. Gives it to Wan-Bissaka. Infield to Bruno Fernandes. Little nutmeg on Reguilon, that was lovely. And here's Cavani! Manchester United with a goal that could win it. 11 minutes to play. Edison Cavani. Pick that one out. Super cross. Even better header.
It's a brilliant goal. It's the nutmeg from Fernandes as well. He plays it through, I think, Reguilon's leg, but the crossing, I think, from Mason Greenwood is first class. And I said the centre-halves at Tottenham, he'd keep giving Cavani, he's pulling off Eric Dyer all the time. Doesn't know where he is. Not once does he know where Edison Cavani is. And he's run off Serge Aurier as well. Great ball into the box. A very good header from Cavani.
Well, he's made a career of this. Bruno Fernandes with the nutmeg, and the build-up was nice too. There'll be replay after replay of this on Match of the Day 2 tonight, 10:30 on BBC television. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer celebrates his team, who were 1-0 down, remember, now leading Jose Mourinho's Tottenham by 2-1. This could be the end of Tottenham's chances of Champions League football next season, Clinton. All this £1 billion stadium, but They won't be listening to the Champions League anthem, it looks like.
I think in the hearts of most Tottenham fans, if they were honest, I don't think they'll know their team's not been good enough to challenge for the top 4 this season. Too inconsistent, lost too many games, defensively not good enough, too reliant on Son and Harry Kane. It's like you've got Gareth Bale on the bench. Why is he not on? Because I think, wasn't we talking literally 3 weeks ago how well he was doing? So I don't understand why you've not brought him on and he got 10 minutes to go.
The implications could be huge for Tottenham. Does Harry Kane stay for no Champions League football? Do other illustrious players join for no Champions League football?
We all talk about Harry Kane, but Son as well. I think he can go and play for one of the top 4 in the Premier League as well.
Here is Aurier shooting from distance, and it spins away off target. Tottenham still have 10 minutes here. Can Jose Mourinho salvage things? But, you know, they'll need to score 2 to win it, and it feels too big an ask. Goals from Fred and Cavani have turned it around in Manchester United's favour. They'll feel a bit of justice has done that controversial Cavani goal disallowed in the first half, but he made certain that the second one counted. Good spirit, I feel, for Manchester United today. They've had the right attitude. This is Lamela looking for Son, can't receive it. One of those intricate balls into the penalty area, which he's normally so good at trapping, but this one fizzed off his boot and out for a goal kick for Manchester United. And we've got another change coming here. Lucas Moura is out and Gareth Bale comes on.
He must have heard us, Connor, because he should have did that probably about 10 minutes ago. I was asking for Gareth Bale to come on. I just feel like Lucas Moura's done well. He's put a good shift in, but fresh legs, the same way you changed Ndombele with Lamela, should have probably put Gareth Bale on as well.
Gareth Bale, who's only once scored against Manchester United in his career. That was the original spell at Tottenham back in 2012. Can he get Jose Mourinho's team back in the game here with time very much running out? Don't forget 6:06 coming up shortly on 5 Live. You can get involved. It'll be a brief 6:06 tonight with Robbie and Chris, because we've got the live commentary at 7 o'clock, Sheffield United against Arsenal. But this ain't over yet. Lloris, left-footed, as far as he can down into Manchester United territory. Wan-Bissaka's done well against Son, as he has done, to be fair, throughout most of the afternoon. I mean, Son's had a very good game, but Wan-Bissaka's kept him as under wraps as he can. And then once again here, Wan-Bissaka goes in ahead of Son and wins the ball and takes it away. Bruno Fernandes stretches to keep it to play. Wan-Bissaka involved again. It's a great surge from him, and eventually Højbjerg comes across and stops him, and the ball goes out of play for a Tottenham throw.
Tell me how he's not in contention to get into the England squad. I do not know, because listen, there'll be times you can question him. I totally get that going forward, but games when you're going to play England are going to play in the Euros, where there's tough games like the likes of Belgium and stuff, sometimes you're just going to need a fullback who can defend, Connor, and he's the best defender for me in a one-on-one position at right back.
More on that in a moment. Tottenham on the attack here. Aurier crosses in. Lindelof in front of his own goalkeeper. Took no chances. Put it out for a corner. That's a brief moment of miscommunication at the back of Manchester United, but they get away with it.
Yeah, it was a good ball in from Sergio Aurier, and I think Henderson was coming out trying to claim it. But if you're not sure from the defender, which Lindelof wasn't, you've got to deal with it, and he done well to deal with it.
So, corner to Tottenham. 2-1 they trail at home in the Premier League. Is this to be another home defeat for Jose Mourinho this season? Good flick onto the front post. Cavani heads it off his own crossbar. Son tries to follow up and miscues. Pogba eventually gets it away with an unorthodox flick. I think Bale had a touch there. Then Cavani, trying to clear it away, kicked it off the woodwork. And then when Son followed up, he couldn't get a clean connection with the volley, and Manchester United breathed a huge sigh of relief. Wow.
It's a great opportunity. I think, yeah, you're right. It was flicked on at the near post, and you thought Sissoko, I think, was going to score back post. And then Cavani, his header hits the crossbar, goes to Son, and then it's a good block in the end. But yeah, it was a good opportunity for Tottenham.
So Tottenham trying to produce a late flurry here to try and get back into the game. And they win another corner here, Spurs. The thing I was going to say about Aaron Wan-Bissaka is he's still not played a senior competitive game for England, Wan-Bissaka.
No, he hasn't.
And apparently he could change his allegiance to Congo. He's eligible for that. And you know, you'd almost think Gareth would give him the cap just to take that out of the equation. Right, here comes the corner for Son. Left-hand side as Tottenham come forward. Gives it a good delivery. Aurier attacks at the front post, but came off his shoulder more than his head, and it falls for Dean Henderson. And the Manchester United goalkeeper will take his time over this. The big stadium clock shows that there are just 5 minutes of normal time remaining. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 2. Story of the game is that Cavani had a goal disallowed in the first half. Son scored for Tottenham, gave them a 1-0 lead at the break. But in the second half, Manchester United came out firing at all cylinders. Fred, with a lovely tiki-taka move, finished up for 1-1. And then, nutmeg by Rashford, a good cross by Greenwood. And Cavani made it 2-1. As Rondon clears away, out for a throw-in to Manchester United down below us. Who'd be your man of the match, by the way, Clinton?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's got to be someone from Man United because they've won the game. I would probably say...
Ooh, won the game with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think they have.
That'll never come back to haunt you.
That won't come back to haunt me, I know. But if it has to, it's a difficult one, to be fair to you, Connor. It is a difficult one.
Bruno Fernandes. I think the point is it's been more of a team performance.
Yeah, it has than an individual standing out.
Yeah. Sometimes it's all Bruno or whatever, but no, it's been a team performance there. Here's Pogba just outside the penalty area. Jose Mourinho won't be happy. 1-0 up to 2-1 down. Pogba dances and jigs and works his way into the penalty. He's got a swagger about him now, Pogba. Back to Bruno Fernandes. Luke Shaw. Manchester United toying with Tottenham now. Across the edge of the Tottenham penalty area. And Roy Keane is here for television today. He'll be all over this, won't he? He'll be on typical Spurs and all that sort of stuff that he very much enjoys. As McTominay goes down in the challenge with Højbjerg. The referee just waited a moment to see whether there'd be advantage. There wasn't. He gives the free kick to Spurs. Spurs can't get on with it quickly enough. Son takes the free kick. Chris Kavanagh says we're not ready. Bring it back. It all just builds to the frustration that Tottenham Hotspur are currently feeling.
And it's another foul. McTominay fouls him and he's pulling him back. So I don't know anyway. Listen, I don't know the letter of the law anymore anyway, Connor, so I give up.
Pogba's down and slowly getting back to his feet. And no need for a further delay in proceedings there. The clock ticks on. Just over 3 minutes to go. Do Tottenham have it in them? Do they have the character to get this back to 2-2? Dyer gives it short to Højbjerg. There's no shortage of effort for the players. But do they have the quality now? Can they produce a performance? An opportunity for the talented finishes they have in the team. Kane, Son, Bale on the pitch now. Give them a chance, they'll score. But can Tottenham create that chance? Ball forward. Played by Højbjerg, hits Kane on the back, falls for Reguilon. Good tackle by Wan-Bissaka. Inside the penalty area, no margin for error there. Kane has picked up the loose ball, hangs it in. Bale jumps in the air, well held, under pressure by Dean Henderson. Falls on the ground. And it's still Tottenham 1, Manchester United 2.
To be fair, it's been a good second half. You've got to credit Tottenham. They've kept on going. Man United have obviously showed their quality in the final third, but I think Tottenham fans will say it's same old Tottenham. Like they start well and then they end up conceding because they sit back in the second half. And I think it was a 10-minute spell after half-time. If Tottenham do go on and lose the game, that makes Tottenham lose the game.
Lamela rolls it in front of Aurier. Crossing position on the right-hand side for Tottenham, playing left to right as we look down. Gareth Bale now gets involved to the byline on the right, and he tried to swivel and cross, and his feet gave away underneath him. And that was a tame cross from Gareth Bale. Disappointing for Tottenham. And straight at the goalkeeper, Dean Henderson. Huge golf fan, Gareth Bale. He'll be all over the Masters tonight. You can listen on 5 Live once the Sheffield United Arsenal game is over.
He don't like golf, does he, Connor?
Do you remember where were we in Cardiff earlier on this season, and Wales beat Republic of Ireland. He came out for his TV interviews.
And what did he have? He had his phone.
He had his phone. And
he was watching while he was waiting to do his interview. Absolutely brilliant.
Here is Shaw. Because that famous banner that the Welsh fans held up, which was what was it, Wales, Golf, Madrid in that order, something along those lines, to that effect. Here is Pogba. That's a good ball in front of Fred. Fred's had a really good game. I mean, Mourinho will be furious. All these expensive players he signed for Manchester United and didn't do great for him. They've all played really well today against Mourinho. Pogba brings it to the corner flag. Now Cavani is the goal from the Uruguayan. Going to be enough to win it for Manchester United. Clinton's already given them the 3 points. There's 60 seconds plus the stoppages to go, and Matic is going to come on, just that extra layer of insulation.
Substitution for Manchester United, replacing number 18 Bruno Fernandes, number 31 Emmanuel.
Bruno Fernandes, the man who makes way, and he walks slowly off, knowing that he's eating into the clock. On comes Nemanja Matic, who came on in a similar role in the Europa League on Thursday, just to shore things up. This, by the way, the Serbians' 150th appearance for Manchester United, and seeing as we've been talking about players signed by Jose Mourinho. Not only was Nemanja Matic signed for Manchester United by Jose Mourinho, but Mourinho signed him at Chelsea too. When he came back for his second spell at Stamford Bridge, Mourinho was the manager there at the time. Here's Højbjerg. That's not a good ball. Straight to McTominay. Near the centre circle. 6 minutes to be added on, Clinton. 6 minutes. As Tottenham hope that they can make you eat your words about this game being all over. Free kick to Manchester United for a foul on Shaw by Harry Kane. No goal for Kane today. He was on 29 goals in all competitions for Tottenham this season, Harry Kane. Henderson takes his time over the free kick. The clock ticks on. And eventually Henderson takes it, right-footed, up over the halfway line, looking for Pogba on the left wing. In a tussle with Serge Aurier, Pogba does really well, gets it down to the neck, bursts past Aurier, then loses his footing just as he went into the penalty area, springs back up to his feet, then he goes down complaining he'd been fouled by Aurier. Referee says play on. And, you know, there's going to be an awful lot spoken about Chris Kavanagh and that VAR decision the first half. I think in the main, he's had a good game, Kavanagh. He's let it all flow and he's let the game run, but he's going to be scrutinised for his performance and the decisions that he's made today, and well, that's part and parcel of being a referee in the modern era, I guess. Free kick again to Manchester United, who are doing a good job here of making this scrappy and taking the impetus out of the game, and yellow card is shown to, I think, Sissoko there.
Yeah, he caught Fred late. And to be fair, you can see Harry Kane, he had his arms in the air. This is why Tottenham fans have to be worried, because he's frustrated. The long ball played, he's got 3-4 Man United players around him. Not one single Tottenham player in support to go and get the seconds from him. So sometimes he's doing it by himself up there. It's so difficult. Lamella's got to be close to him. Gareth Bale has to be close to him.
We've played a minute and a half of the stoppages, 6 in total to play. Harry Maguire takes the free kick for Manchester United, sends it towards the corner flag, looking for Pogba, who takes it down on his chest, and then it comes off Aurier and out for a Manchester United throw. The Cavani goal that he hopes will be the winner, scored with his head. He's now scored 7 Premier League goals, Edison Cavani. 5 of them have been headers, and that's meat and drink to him. That's what he's been doing all his career. Edison Cavani, such a good target man, and Manchester United been able to get the best out of him in this second half with that Greenwood cross. Pogba trying to hold the ball up near the corner flag, helped out by Fred, who wanted to play it off Dyer there and win a corner, but Dyer's been able to flick it away. Here's Lamela, who's struggled to have an impact since he's come on. Gives the ball here straight to McTominay. Shaw's lying on the ground for some reason. McTominay hurdles over his teammate. Play on. Everyone stopped there for a minute thinking that play was going to halt, but Chris Kavanagh allows it to resume. Here is Pogba trying to hold it up under pressure from Højbjerg. Tottenham can't get the ball back quick enough, but they're not going to get the throw here. It's a throw into Manchester United. Manchester United professionally are turning the screw here and making this very difficult for Spurs.
No, they are. They kept it in the corner a long time on the left, but that's Pogba. He's so strong, and Sergio Aurier is trying to win the ball off him, and it's been a struggle. He's done ever so well. He's played well today. Paul Pogba, I'd say, Connor, he's played well.
Yeah, Cavani here gives it back to Greenwood. Good touch from Reguilon. Otherwise, Greenwood was into the penalty area. Gareth Bale backing, helping out the defence, is able to clear it away. Handball surely by Matic. Play on, says the referee. Tottenham have possession anyway. It doesn't matter. Indication from Kavanagh. He knows it was a handball, but he's saying play on. This is Dyer. Tottenham needed forward. They're still inside their own half. Rodon. Højbjerg. Onto Reguilon. Now they're in the Manchester United half. Acceleration from Reguilon. Gives it short to Lamela. 10 men behind the ball for Manchester United. Only Cavani staying up at the halfway line. Eric Dyer. Chance to look up. Drills in across. Too low. Diving header away by Harry Maguire. Pogba controls it, and away by Shaw, and Shaw is caught late by Aurier. Now that was a frustrated challenge from Serge Aurier. That wasn't great, and the referee is going to come across, but you could tell he knew he was going to be late, Aurier, and he followed through anyway.
Yeah, he did. It's just frustration, isn't it? At the end of the day, he can't get there. It's a good defending from Shaw, and it's just a late tackle from Serge Aurier, and it's pure frustration.
So this will eat into the clock a little bit further. Manchester United are almost there. And Jose Mourinho, interesting to see what his comments will be after the game. This is a game he needed to win.
Interesting to see what happens with him at the end of the season, Connor. Because this team needs to be playing Champions League football. Tottenham fans, the trophy, if they beat Man City in the League Cup, which I can't see it happening, they're not the favourites. It's been a terrible season, basically.
Assuming it stays like this, Jose Mourinho is about to lose more home games in a league season than any previous campaign in his career.
These lucky fans have not been in this season. That is one thing. He is lucky. Because these Tottenham fans do expect Connor.
Throw in by Dyer. Header won by Matic, standing in front of Harry Kane. Harry Maguire's behind him, and Maguire clears it. Anywhere will do. Down the other end. Very good defending from Rodon. He was sprinting there, running backwards with his head up in the air. Most people fall over doing that. He won the header. However, it fell to Pogba. Manchester United looking to kill it off now. Greenwood, right foot, and he scores! Beats Hugo Lloris. No doubt about it now. Manchester United are going to take the 3 points here. They will make up a little bit of ground on the Champions League-elect Manchester City ahead of them in the table. But the big news is that Tottenham are going to lose at home again. And it's Greenwood. 3 goals now in 4 games for him. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 3.
I'm going for my man of the match is Paul Pogba. Look at the strength he does. Eric Dyer tries to get off him. He says, get off me. He plays a good ball to Greenwood. He shimmies he just goes to go inside and he just moves the ball to his right. Reguilon's nowhere to be seen. And then the finish, he beats Hugo Lloris with the power at his near post. I think Hugo Lloris will be disappointed, Connor, but I think it's the power that's beat Hugo Lloris at the near post.
Fine goal from Greenwood. Swing of the hips to elude Reguilon. And then he fired it low and powerful and beat Lloris at his near post. And Mason Greenwood, sprung from the bench, has had quite the impact. Remember, it was his cross that set up Cavani's goal, and now Greenwood has scored himself. You'll see it all on Match of the Day 2 tonight at 10:30, and that is the end of it. It's all over in North London. Tottenham 1, Manchester United 3. Quick comment on it. Clinton Morrison, you reckon Jose's under pressure?
Yeah, he will be under pressure. He needs to get this team into the Champions League. I don't think they will make the Champions League. I think Jermaine Genius, we were speaking about it earlier, he's spot on. It's an outside chance for Tottenham, but I thought today was a must-win because all the other teams won around them. But you have to credit Man United. I thought the second half they were the better team and fully deserved the 3 points.
Tottenham went ahead. It was Son's goal, but Manchester United with 3 in the second half from Fred, from Cavani and from Mason Greenwood. It finishes Tottenham 1, Manchester United 3. We have 6:06 following the News on 5 Live with Joe Critcher.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
More than 400,000 second doses of COVID vaccines have been given in the UK for the 4th consecutive day. That means nearly 7.5 million people are now fully vaccinated. The latest government figures show 7 people who tested positive for coronavirus have died in the past